Attorney Harry Roque in contempt for lying before this committee when he submitted an excuse to his being absent in our hearing last August 16.
Seated in contempt nga ng 24 hours itong si Harry Roque dahil nga daw sa kanyang pagsisinungaling. Pinagkaisahan nga siya ng mga kongresista dahil daw sa paliwanag ni Harry Roque na hindi siya nakapag-attend ng kanilang hearing noong August 16. Ayon kasi dito kay Attorney Roque, meron daw rin siyang hearing sa RTC ngunit hindi naman pala totoo. Kung kaya't napag-isipan at pinag-usapan ng mga kongresista na ipadetain muna siya ng 24 hours dahil sa kanyang pagsisinungaling dito sa komite. Kaya narito guys, panoorin natin ang video.
I resent that. I am not fooling anyone. I resent that also coming from someone who was my former law student and who was my inaanak. That's not the way to treat a resource person of this House. At least when I was a member of this House, we never treated resource persons in that way. I resent that for the record, Mr. Chairman.
May I ask the Honorable Member Kong Salo to refrain in issuing statements that would insult our resource persons. I am not saying you are, but try to avoid issuing statements that would hurt the feelings of our resource persons. Please proceed.
Will do, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, in our last hearing on August 16, Friday in Pampanga, Secretary Roque was invited by the Squad Committee. And Attorney Harry Roque sent a letter dated August 13, 2024, addressed to the Honorable Chairman, Robert Ace Barbers. Are you the lead chairman? Informing Chair Barbers that he will not be able to participate in the said meeting due to a conflict with the previously scheduled court hearing before the Regional Trial Court of Manila on 16 August 2024, the same date of our Quad Committee hearing. I have here a copy of that particular letter. Mr. Chair, we have also in receipt here a copy of certification from Attorney Jennifer H. de la Cruz, Buendia, Clerk of Court and ex-officio Sheriff of Manila, RTC Manila, stating that Attorney Harry Roque has no hearing on August 16 and did not appear in the courts of Manila on said date. Mr. Chair, I hate to say it, but clearly, Attorney Harry Roque, our former secretary, and my former professor, law professor, lied to this committee. And that amounts actually to disrespect on the members of the committee, which is contemptible under Section 11E of the Rules of the House of Representatives on inquiries in aid of legislation. I therefore move, Mr. Chair, that Attorney Harry Roque be cited for contempt for disrespecting the members of this committee when he lied in order to evade attending the hearing of this committee where he was invited. So move, Mr. Chair.
I did not quite hear what you said, Congressman Salo. Can you please repeat? Are you moving for the committee to cite Mr. Attorney Harry Roque in contempt?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Pursuant to Section 11E of the Rules of the House of Representatives in aid of legislation.
Mr.
So
Chair?
Mr. Chair.
1 minute suspension. Hearing is resumed.
Mr. Chairman,
Before I recognize you, Congressman Fernandez, allow the chair first to determine the parliamentary status. The parliamentary status is that there was a motion by Congressman Ron Salo to cite our resource person, Attorney Harry Roque, in contempt for lying before this committee when when he was invited in August 16 when the Quadcom had its first public hearing. And according to that letter, he stated that he cannot attend for the reason that he has a hearing in an RTC in the city of Manila. Congressman Ron Salo read the certification issued by the clerk of court of the RTC Manila, which states that the hearing where Attorney Harry Roque is a counsel was scheduled in August 15 and not August 16. And in August 16, there was a certification from the same clerk of court saying that Harry Roque has no hearing in any of the RTC of the city of Manila. That is the parliamentary status, Your Honors, and there is a pending motion by Congressman Ron Salo to cite Attorney Harry Roque in contempt for lying before this committee when he submitted an excuse to his being absent in our hearing last August 16. Now, pursuant to our rules, Section 11 of the Rules of Procedure Governing Inquiries in Aid of Legislation, it says that the committee may punish any person for contempt by a vote of 2/3 of the members present, there being a quorum. The following shall be the grounds for citing any person in contempt. In this case, as stated by Congressman Salo, the reason for the contemptible act committed by our resource person is in paragraph E, which reads, acting in a disrespectful manner towards any member of the committee or any misbehavior in the presence of the committee. So, may I solicit comments from our members before we rule on this motion? In the spirit of fairness, because the committee has been citing our resource persons who have violated this rule in contempt and detaining them in the premises of the House of Representatives. Would there be any comment from our members?
Mr. Chair, before we vote
Chairman Abante?
before we vote of the contempt, we would like to hear first the explanation of the reason behind his absence to this committee last year.
Thank you, Your Honor. I was hoping to be given an opportunity to be heard. It was an honest mistake, Your Honor. I have also been a member of this chamber. We don't hold hearings on Fridays. So when I saw the notice of hearing, I assumed that just like the first and the second hearing where I attended, that it would be on a Thursday. And that is true, that I had a hearing both in the morning and in the afternoon. And that is why I sent that letter. By the time I realized that it was a Friday and there was in fact a hearing, it was also close already to lunchtime, and the hearing was in Pampanga. So I apologize for the honest mistake, but the truth of the matter is I have been here on Thursdays, so 2 hearings already, and I just assumed that just like in the past, where we don't hold hearings on a Friday, that the hearing would be on a Thursday, as in fact today is also a Thursday. So it was an instance of, okay, there's a hearing, it's on Thursday again, and I have a hearing on Thursday. That's why I sent the letter right away, not even realizing that 16 is a Friday. That was an honest mistake. Had I had any intentions not to appear, I would not have appeared today as well. But in the first two instances, and those were the two instances where I was invited, I in fact appeared. I have no wish to disrespect the very same body of which I was a part of, which I consider at some point in time as my happy place, in fact, the House of Representatives. Thank you, Your Honors.
Any other member who wish to make a comment?
Mr. Chairman, can we have
Congressman
a copy?
Fernandez?
Can we have a copy of that certification that was issued by the Regional Trial Court? Because I haven't seen the copy yet, and that's the reason why medyo kanina I was a bit shocked about it. So,
Here. So while Congressman Fernandez is still reading the certification,
Mr. Chair,
Congressman
Mr. Chair.
Abante.
I'd like to ask Secretary Roque, what is the reason for your apology?
Well, it was really an honest mistake, Your
So
Honor.
you're apologizing not for your absence, but for an honest mistake.
It was an honest mistake, Your Honor, because I've been here every Thursday. And as a former member of this chamber, as a former employee of this chamber, I know that in the regular course of business, we don't really have hearings on Fridays. In fact, even if you call the trunk line of the House of Representatives on a Friday, no one will answer. That has always been the policy, no? So when I saw the notice of hearing, I really thought it was also on a Thursday, like the first two hearings where I attended. That is why I apologize for the honest mistake.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair,
Congressman Acop, and then Congressman Paduano, and then Congressman Fernandez. Congressman Acop, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Attorney Roque, nag-assume po kayo na mali, di po ba?
Nagkamali po.
Kaya nga, yung assumption nyo mali.
Opo, mali nga po yun.
And therefore, pag nag-assume ka ng mali, you should be ready for the consequences. Hindi ba dapat ganon?
Yes po, but
So-
there was no intent to disrespect this
I'm not
chamber.
asking whether you have the intent. Ang tinatanong ko lang po doon is, kung nag-assume po kayo ng mali, hindi po ba dapat tanggapin ninyo yung consequences?
I will, of course, accept the consequences, the decision of this body, but since I was given an opportunity to be heard, I thought that there should be allowance for honest mistakes.
Kasi, pagpasensya mo na ako. Kasi ako, I know that you have been practicing as a lawyer for a long time.